his journey seems like a wish list of directors from Imtiaz Ali and Zoya Akhtar to Anubhav Sinha, Anurag Kashyap and Ashwini Iyer. I am in conversation with Pavail Gulati for Danube Properties Filmfare OTT Awards 2024, co-powered by Hyundai. Thank you for being part of this conversation.
So sweet. But this just made me feel like how lucky I am to be working with you. You reminded me of so many great directors. I'm very, very lucky.
So my first question is, you work with Zoya, you work with Ashwini, and you work with a lot of very alpha male directors. So is there a difference between the feminine gaze and the male gaze as directors?
I think I'm a little more comfortable with the female directors in that sense. When you're actually shooting, it doesn't really matter because you're just looking, it's a director who happens to be a man or a woman. But other than that, just energy wise, in my life also, I think I'm more comfortable with women around than men around. So because they pamper me a lot, so I think that's one of the reasons. Ashwini ma'am used to pamper me a lot. Zoya also pampers you a lot, so I think it's one of those things. And Anurag sir is not the alpha male that people perceive him to be. You met him, so you know he's also like his energy is very gentle actually.
Teddy bear.
Very teddy bear.
But like in the short takings, there is nothing that you would say, the feminine gaze differs from the male gaze.
No, I think it's just that the ways of working are different. It's not the man part of it, the woman part of it. Anurag sir is very, very chaotic, obviously, because अभी कुछ भी हो सकता है, किसी को नहीं पता. हम जंग पर जा रहे हैं, आज ये सीन है, कल जॉनरा बदल जाएगा, कुछ भी हो जाएगा. You just have to be prepared. Zoya is very, very planned. Like she knows her stuff, and what she wants is exactly what she'll get out of you, and you can't really change that. Ashwini ma'am is one of the more aesthetic kinds. Like her framing needs to be perfect, and you have to look a certain way and all of that. And she gives you a lot of freedom to perform in that sense. Anubhav sir is all about emotion, which is damn nice. उनके साथ काम करके ऐसा लगता है it's almost therapy because you let it all out with him. And Imtiaz sir I did a short film with. So I was just being an Imtiaz sir fan for so long that it was 4-day shoot or something. I think 3.5 days I was just knocked and I'm working with him. सिर्फ आधा दिन मैं थोड़ा सा सीरियस होता, 3.5 दिन तो मैं बस उनको बस देख रहा था कि बाल कितने लंबे यार, डॉक्यूमेंट बनाए हैं and all of that. So I was just being a fanboy for 3.5 days.
Like I saw portions of Faadu, and there's a lot of anger in you, and of course I learned a lot of new bad words in Hindi thanks to you, which I have not heard all my life.
Yeah.
Tell me, is there a lot of inherent anger, or you don't seem that angry a person, but is there a lot of anger?
Weirdly, I don't get angry that often. Okay, I keep it to myself. I'm a very non-confrontational person. I don't like to talk about my feelings so much. I'm not an oversharer. Even with friends, ना अगर लड़ाई होती है, let's just go with it. आगे बढ़ते हैं. But I think it comes once a year जब मैं फटता हूँ, because वो सारा भरा हुआ होता है.
When was the last time it भरा हुआ came out?
हो गया एक साल हो गया. I think अब due है मेरा. एक साल वाला due है. But हाँ, वो और पता नहीं कुछ छोटी सी बात पे फट जाता हूँ फिर मैं. But also only with the people that allow me to be myself. It's a safe space where it's the people that I love and people who love me and understand me. Where I'm okay doing that because they know it's coming from a place of it's not coming from a place of malice. I think, yeah. But नहीं मैं ज़्यादा गुस्सा नहीं होता, so it was Faadu was a nice escape for me in that sense कि जो करना है करो भी, गुस्सा होना हो जाए.
So you were acting, it was not real.
Who knows?
I also asked this because somewhere I think in our last conversation you had told me your parents chucked up a regular paying job to become documentary filmmakers, and I also and I was quite fascinated, which is what is leading the role. The way they played their roles, you said your dad cooked food and all of that.
Still does.
So did that make you some sort of feminist in that sense? Ki, okay, in terms of gender roles and all of that.
तो मेरे घर में क्या है ना, it was तब तो we never used to growing up in the 90s and all that. This word we never knew only what is feminism. कभी आया नहीं था. And you are आप जो घर पे सीखते हो आपकी जो परवरिश होती है. And later, when the 2000s or 2000 later 2000s, you realize, oh, this word feminism is there, and you have to, school में सिखाते हैं या फिर कोई this girl that comes into your life will teach you something about it. And then you realize, and वो सबको क्लास में सिखा रहे होते हैं, but you realize, पर ये तो मेरे घर में कब से चल रहा है? Like there was no word for it. I think it was just that my parents were. I didn't know the word नहीं था, but they were only feminists in that sense, right? And it came from I think my grandparents who treated people. That's why I said that. My first answer was also like, when you're working, then there is no man or woman. It's a director who happens to be man or woman. But I have a family also which kind of believed in feminism, and feminism was never a word that we knew of.
Give me a specific example, some things that have happened which, makes you feel, okay, wow, this is all very normal. It's not, we didn't have to act it out.
First of all, my parents never wanted me. They wanted a girl. And they also had thought of a name for the girl. So they were quite disappointed when I was born.
Which is?
They thought if this girl, it would be called Aisha.
Okay.
And so they were quite disappointed with me being born. Because I have an elder brother. They said the next wala ladki chahiye and all that. So I think for the first 4 years, they dressed me up like a girl. They made me wear like those frocks, and they never cut my hair, so I had this like ponytail and all of that. And other than that, I remember my dad used to fight with a lot of friends and family, for that matter, who had daughters. And there were certain things in Delhi ki, acha, ye nahi pehenna hai ya wo nahi pehenna hai. So my dad would really fight it out with them. And he used to come home ki, अगर मेरी बेटी होती ना, मैं उनको बताता बेटियां कैसे पालते हैं. Like he had that thing in him. So obviously मैंने आके उनके सारे सपने खराब कर दिए in that sense. But yeah.
Is the wait between, like, see now, Thappad happened almost 4 years ago.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
And then suddenly there's no breakout role like a Thappad for you. I mean, though you were terrific in Faadu. My question to you is the wait very frustrating? Like, how do you, like, you have to constantly, everybody wants to be relevant, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for validation. So how do you do that?
No, after Thappad, I was constantly working on something or the other. There was Goodbye, there was Dobara, there was I Love You, there was Faadu. I was constantly doing something or the other. So a lot of my serotonin and dopamine was coming out of work. I realized a long time ago that उसका hit होना या flop होना मेरे हाथ में नहीं है. Now I also know that there will come a breakout role one day that will make you who you're supposed to be. You wish that your next project is supposed to be that, and you work. I think that gives you the will and the enthusiasm to work on it as hard as you can because of that, hoping that it will become that. I don't think it's that weight is heavy, but not. It doesn't put me down. It's worth it.
So after a hard days of work, how do you unwind at your house, and do you have like a specific corner or something like that?
So I have. It gives me a lot of peace. I have this wall where I have a picture of my pets who are also gone and who are also there. So there's this whole wall of their set of photos and all that. It gives me a lot of peace looking at them. So I think that corner in my house is quite sacred in that sense, and I love spending time with my animals. So I think after a long day and all that, spending time with my animals, working out a little bit, playing a sport is something that gives me a lot of peace. I try to do that as much as I can. So I used to play basketball. I still play basketball, but lesser. I started playing paddleball now, which is like the new rage in Bombay. I think I just then I talk to your mom, you give her the whole lowdown. आज क्या हुआ?
Every day you.
Full mama's boy. Yeah, every day. And because my mother also thinks if I miss a call twice, that I'm dead only. पहली कॉल में बिजी होगा, मिस कॉल होगी, सेकंड कॉल वो मस्ट बी डेड. इसके चौथे का अरेंजमेंट करो, मर ही गया होगा. So I think my mother is a little crazy like that.
Okay, what's your idea of a perfect day at home when you feel completely relaxed and pampered?
First of all, a lot of Punjabi food. I love. I can't have it as much as I want to. Like having dal makhani and butter naan is like my go-to thing. Watching movies just on the couch, lazing around. If there are friends over, probably. And my friends, I don't understand why we laugh so much. We just laugh for no rhyme or reason. We just laugh sometimes. I have no idea why we're laughing. So I think that, and I don't laugh that much. So just being around them gets me, like I feel at so much peace. So I think that's my ideal day of being at peace with friends and family, having great food and watching movies.
You do so many intense roles. How do you? Is there any way you prepare for them? Is there some sort of process that you follow?
So my process is very intangible in that sense, but I realized I've tried to break it down. I realized that my process is very different depending on who the director is. I kind of adapt to what the director is looking for, and I have this innate bad habit or a good habit. I don't know, but when I enter a set, my thing is I want to impress the hell out of them. मैं ये अब बाकी सब छोड़ो, ऑडियंस छोड़ो, कैसा लगेगा, डायरेक्टर शुड बी हैप्पी because I feel like that's the captain of your ship and सारा वो ही लेकर जाएगा. So my thing is my attention is to whatever they want, I'm going to give. Whatever you need, I'm going to try my 100% to give it to that. So process in that thing can go from left to right, straight, center, back, forward. I have no idea, but the idea is to impress the director, and that's what I go for.
You were a casting director, assistant casting director. What is the advice that you give aspiring actors today?
I'm nobody to give advice to anyone right now, to be honest. But having said that, I think don't sit at home. Because I think sitting at home and just going to the gym is not the greatest thing you'll ever do. It's not productive, and also not just physically, mentally, it's really bad for you. So do something or the other. I don't know what that is. Be an AD, be whatever, but your time has to. Your
Were you
mind.
an AD then?
Yeah, I was doing ads. AD, I had to pay my rent and also. So yeah, Bombay is expensive, Jitesh. You know, very expensive.
I was told that your friends paid a lot of your rent many times. They helped you with the rent.
Yeah, without telling me also.
Really? How nice.
I've been lucky to have the people that I have. I've been very, very lucky. People have been kind. And I think that's why, I think just the energy. I am fiercely loyal and fiercely protective of my friends and my family. And I think they are very fiercely protective and loyal towards me. So we don't let each other know what we've done for each other, but you get to know, of course. And I can never thank them for, it's demeaning to say thank you for what they've done for me. Like, itna kya कि thank you is not something that will suffice.
Do you get overwhelmed easily?
Not overwhelmed, but I can get anxious, and not because of anyone else. It's just because of me. Because I think too much.
An overthinker.
Yeah, I think too much. And whenever, even in scenes, I've realized that the more I think, the worse I do. Just put me in a scene, give me the lines there, and then I perform 20,000 times better. It's just because I keep thinking about it, put logic to it, put this to it, put that to it. I think I over-prep, and then that's kind of, and I think that's what I do with life also, because I keep on thinking a lot. Yeah, to think less. Thanks, Jitesh.
Thanks for the therapy session.
What's the rate going on for this therapy session? I want to know.
So thank you for being in conversation with me. I really had a lot of fun.
Thank
It's
you.
always been a pleasure chatting with you because it just
Same.
seems so organic. Thank you so
Same.
much.
Thank you.